Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome into NBA Weekly. I'm your host, Harris Rubenstein. Got a cool show on tap for you guys today, going through the top rumors from across the association. We'll be going through some Lakers rumors as well. But later in the show, we'll be going through our top 10 point guards in the NBA as part of our top 10 rankings list as we go through the rest of the offseason. And then to end the show, we're going to do a fun segment and go through the best starting lineups in basketball. So without further ado, while you guys were probably eating some lunch yesterday, chilling at work, LeBron James opened up a school. Now, I don't curse on air very often. I'm not supposed to, but this is a true holy shit moment. LeBron James opened up a public school in Akron, Ohio for at-risk kids who are currently struggling with their studies. This is one of the most incredible things I think any athlete has ever done. This is what the I Promise School is giving to their students. Free tuition, free uniforms, free transportation within 2 miles of the school, free breakfast, lunch, and snacks, guaranteed college tuition for every single student that graduates from the school, a full food pantry for the families, GEDs and job placement services for parents, and a free bicycle and a helmet. This is unbelievable. Today on NBA Weekly, I am dubbing this official. LeBron James is officially the GOAT. Sometimes things are simply bigger than basketball, and this just shows it. He is the greatest idol that we have ever had in the history of this sport. And we have a couple clips for you yesterday of him talking about opening up the school. So we'll go through the one first of him on his media company, as you know, uninterrupted. Let's hear from LeBron.
I've been sitting and thinking over the past few weeks, past couple months, on what it means to open up a school. And how excited I am about this possibility for me to be able to be in my hometown and be able to open up a school and to know who's going to benefit from it.
This is such a special thing that LeBron James is trying to put together for Akron, Ohio. Obviously, we know he loves the city of Akron. That is his hometown. But just hearing him talk about his experience in the city and, you know, what he went through growing up, it's incredible. Here, we'll play another clip for you doing his his introductory conference in front of the school with a bunch of kids and parents in the audience talking about his experience in the city of Akron and why he actually started the school. Take a look.
Because I know exactly what 440 kids are going through. I know the streets that they walk. I know the trials and tribulations that they go through. I know the ups, the downs. I know everything that they dream about. I know all the nightmares that they have because I've been there. I know exactly what they're going through. So, they're the reason why this school is here today.
Just a very special thing being done by a very special person. Now, what people don't seem to understand about LeBron is that this guy didn't grow up with anything. He grew up without a father. He was in an incredibly impoverished area. The dude missed 83 days of school in a single year simply because he could not get himself to school. And by the time he got to high school, he was just undereducated due to the amount of school that he simply lost. And what this dude has been able to do for himself and his community is unlike anything that we have seen in the history of the NBA. And look, we go through a lot of athletes in basketball. Some of them do great things. Some of them do bad things. Some people, a lot of these kids look up to these guys in terms of just idols. But LeBron is the quintessential athlete for who you should look up to. Never has any off-field issues. Never been arrested. Doesn't have any crazy baby mamas or anything like that. He's been dating the same girl since high school. He's an incredible father. He's an incredible leader of his community. He donates to charities. He donates to his hometown. He helps communities across the United States get back on their feet, and all the while being the best basketball player in the NBA for going on a decade and a half. He is the greatest idol that the NBA, not just the NBA, sports has ever seen. There's never been a greater player for kids to look up to than LeBron James. Think about it this way. The worst thing that he has ever done in his NBA career was at the age of 26, leave cold Ohio to go play basketball in Miami. That is the worst thing that this dude has ever done in his NBA career, and he came back to Cleveland and still won a title. So for all the complaining that we do about athletes, for all the complaining that we do about LeBron James, at some point we just need to kind of take a step back and realize how special of a human being this guy is. He has given so much to the sport, to his community, to the United States in general. And it is stunning to me that there's still people out there who choose to doubt and choose to throw hate on this guy who has done nothing but give back and be grateful for everything that he's been given. He is the quintessential perfect idol for any player. And I'm so happy to see just the look on his face yesterday. He said it so many times that opening up this school was the greatest accomplishment in his life. More so than his kids, more so than getting married, more so than winning, multiple NBA finals. It was opening up a public school in his hometown. That is what he called the greatest accomplishment in his life. And that is just a sign to me for how special of a guy he truly is and how blessed we are to be able to watch him do what he does. I mean, you can say all day, oh, he's just stroking LeBron. I'll stroke him all day long. At this point, I don't care. This is incredible. He is an unbelievable human being. There will never be another guy like LeBron James. And look, Jalen Rose opened up a school in Detroit. Other NBA players have done stuff like this before, but the scale that LeBron James does this kind of activity on is unlike anything we've ever seen before, which is why on today's NBA Weekly, I am dubbing him the GOAT. LeBron is officially the GOAT. I know that Michael Jordan has given money to obviously, to charities and this and that. No player has ever done what LeBron James has done for the game of basketball. He is the GOAT. Put it in the books. I'm done. I'm not waiting for the end of his career anymore. LeBron's the GOAT in my book. It's over. Let's go through some NBA rumors more surrounding about LeBron. So obviously we went through everything going with this public school, and he did, a full media day yesterday for LeBron James. Went to ESPN, went to CNN, did a little of his own media on Uninterrupted. And during an interview, he was told that the Cavs are planning on retiring his jersey this season. LeBron didn't actually know that they were doing that and then said he would not close the door on coming back to Cleveland at some point in his career. Now, this is kind of interesting, but also not very unexpected, seeing as we could all very much see LeBron James going back to Cleveland at some point in his career, right? I mean, once his contract is up with the Lakers, he'll be 37 years old. His son will most likely be in the NBA. How amazing would it be if the Cavs were just absolute garbage for the next 4 years, drafted LeBron James Jr., and at 38 years old, here comes LeBron James Sr. to come play with LeBron. We would have like a Ken Griffey Jr. Sr. moment on the Seattle Mariners. That would be really cool. I would not be surprised if LeBron ended up back to Cleveland at some point in his career. His love and his attachment for Ohio in general is again, truly special. And I was listening to a podcast the other day who claimed that LeBron James is actually the most famous person in the history of the state of Ohio. Now, that is some high praise, but certainly deserving praise. But let me know in the comment section if you think LeBron will return to Cleveland. I say yes, absolutely. I think at some point in his career, he will be donning, the scarlet? I'm not even sure what the Cavs, it's like wine and yellow or something? I don't know. But he will be back in the Cavs jersey at some point in his career, maybe with LeBron James Jr. That would really be awesome. So along with all the media stuff that we had yesterday, LeBron James was asked about Donald Trump, the President of the United States, if you don't know who that is. And LeBron gave a very interesting quote saying, quote, he's used sports to divide us. And he also said that sports were the first time that he was around someone who was white. Now, that's a very interesting quote. Now, again, I don't like talking about politics on my show. I don't like doing it. Politics just make me angry. But just imagine telling this dude to, quote, remember the quote was, shut up and dribble. Imagine telling LeBron James, of all people, to shut up and dribble. I will never understand that concept of everything that he has done for his community, giving back, charity, money, and now a public school, that he's the guy that you're going to want to attack. So let me know in the comment section, who would be a better president? Give me an L for LeBron or give me a T for Trump. Look, I said before, I don't like talking about politics on my show, so I won't. So I'll just put it into perspective. One dude is opening up a public school, another one is putting Mexican kids in cages. So you tell me which one is going to be the better president, and I'll give you my vote as well. But let me know in the comment section who you guys think would be the better president. All right, let's go on to our next rumor here. I'm done talking about Trump. Kristaps, Porzingis, and Dave Fizdale have been getting along great. Now, Fizdale has been keeping Kristaps, Porzingis in the loop about all their offseason moves. But even more interesting than that, he's actually been spending time with Kristaps Porzingis' family in Latvia. Multiple times this year, Fizdale has spent nights with the Porzingis family talking about what he sees for Kristaps' future, how he's going to help him out with the Knicks. And as we know in New York City, you got to have a good relationship with your star player. I mean, the Melo-Mike D'Antoni relationship completely ruined the Knicks in the early 2010s. Obviously, you had the Patrick Ewing, Pat Riley relationship back in the 80s, which made the Knicks incredibly successful, never got that NBA title, but obviously made them one of the most feared teams in the NBA. And I think Fizdale sees that the only way he's going to survive in today's modern NBA like he didn't, with the Grizzlies, he has to get along with star players. That's simply the nature of the modern day NBA. And I think he saw with Kristaps Porzingis that he just didn't really get along with the former coaches of the Knicks, which has been plenty at this point in his NBA career. I believe this will be his fourth NBA or third NBA coach at this point. So I think Fizdale is just seeing, look, you got to get along with these star players. You need to have a good relationship. And the fact that he's flown to Latvia to hang out with the Porzingis family, I'm sure is going to go a long way for old Kristaps there. All right, let's go to our next rumor. Carmelo Anthony is officially signing with the Rockets tomorrow. He's going to get waived. He was waiting 48 hours after yesterday to officially get through waivers before signing with Houston. He is expected to sign for the veteran minimum, which again isn't very surprising, seeing as he is still making $28 million this year anyway because of that buyout, which, by the way, good for you, Carmelo. Get that bag, homie. Get all the money that you possibly can. They're throwing hate on you. They're saying that you got nothing left, myself included. Get your money. Go ahead. Good for Melo. I'm always in favor of players getting as much money as they possibly can. Sure, it's not great to overpay players, but if you're the player, sure, make as much money as you want. You think Yusuf Nurkic is crying himself to sleep because the Trailblazers overpaid and gave him $50 million? He's certainly happy that he was given that $50 mil. So as you see with this Rockets lineup, I'm still not sure how this is going to work. I really don't know how this is going to work. Is PJ Tucker covering Kevin Durant? I really don't understand where the defense is coming from. But I will say this. The bench is going to be really interesting to watch this year because they're bringing back a lot of interesting pieces. They're adding a lot of interesting guys as well. And I want to know how Mike D'Antoni is going to kind of put everything together. How is he going to add DeAnthony Melton onto the team? How is Michael Carter-Williams, who can't shoot threes, going to fit into everything? So the Rockets are going to be a very interesting team to watch this year. I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. I don't think they have a 60-win season in them again, but I think they'll be one of the top 3 teams in the West. Now, does Melo make the Rockets better is a little bit of a loaded question because can the Rockets really be better than they were last season? I don't think so, but the real question is, will Melo be the extra piece that they need in the postseason to get them over the Warriors hump? That's why he's there. He's not there to win them games in the regular season. He's there so that in the playoffs, if Chris Paul or, God forbid, James Harden goes down, they have another primary scorer on the team. Because as we saw last year, I know they have Eric Gordon, but he is still a 6th man. They know no one really on that starting lineup after James Harden, once Chris Paul went down, who could score. I mean, Trevor Ariza was garbage in Game 6 and Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. So Melo will help out a lot in terms of just bringing them some more versatility on the offensive end once playoff time comes around. All right, let's get to our next rumor here. The 76ers and Jerry Colangelo are parting ways at the end of the year. Now, if you're wondering who Jerry Colangelo is, he is NBA royalty. I mean, the Colangelo family has been around the NBA for almost 4 decades now, and you probably know his son, Brian Colangelo, who he, through the simple case of nepotism, brought Brian Colangelo as the new president of basketball operations for the Sixers, only to see his son completely embarrass himself with that whole Twitter burner account crap that went down a couple weeks ago. So now the Colangelo family and the Colangelo era in Philly is officially over. And to be totally honest, guys, they should bring back Sam Hinkie. Like, I understand why they're not going to bring back Sam Hinkie, but he is a god to those fans. Like, you should hear what Philadelphia 76ers fans have to say about Sam Hinkie. They treat him as if he won them 5 NBA titles and is the greatest thing to have ever happened to the 76ers. So we'll see what happens to the Sixers GM position, but the Colangelo family will no longer be a part of it. So this is the funniest rumor of the week. Now, I very much respect Chris Mannix of Yahoo Sports. I think he's one of the best basketball writers, in the country. He's great at his job, one of the best NBA insiders. I have no idea what the hell this guy is talking about. He says that Kevin Durant is, quote, going to take a long look at going back to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay, I don't really know why that would happen, let alone if that's even possible, but, I mean, this doesn't really make sense from a lot of different standpoints, doesn't it? A, there is no way that the Oklahoma City Thunder want him back. No way. That fan base is so done with him. He totally burned that entire fan base. There's no way they would ever accept him coming back to the team. B, they have Paul George, so I understand the want to have Kevin Durant to put him at the 4, but I don't really understand the fit if you already have Paul George. Why are you bringing back Kevin Durant? Third, where are they getting the money to do this? They just gave Paul George a 4-year, $140 million deal. Russell Westbrook is on the Supermax. Steven Adams is on a $100 million deal. They just gave Jeremy Grant a $25 million as well. Where are they getting the money to pay Kevin Durant? They already have the second highest cap hit in the entire NBA. I don't understand this at all. I respect you, Chris Mannix. You crazy, dog. You are absolutely crazy if you really think that A, the Thunder fans would be okay, with Kevin Durant coming back, and B, that Kevin Durant would actually want to go back to Oklahoma City. I think he's going to the Thunder, I think he's going to the Lakers next year. I think he wants to go play with LeBron. I think he finally realized, you know what? I beat LeBron. I want to see what I can do if I play with him. And I think the two of them are going to be some great teammates. So Kevin Durant going back to OKC, I have absolutely no idea how this would even be possible, but hey, Chris Mannix, shrug? I'm not really sure. Let's go to our next rumor here. Dwight Howard apparently went to the Wizards because of John Wall. Now, Dwight Howard says that the Warriors wanted him badly. He says that the Warriors reached out to him and wanted to sign him. Now, sure, I suppose that makes a little bit of sense. I know we had a couple of rumors in there that the Warriors were interested in Dwight Howard, but can we really see the Warriors pulling the trigger on Dwight Howard? Like, can we really see Bob Myers and Joe Lacob sitting around saying, we had all those locker room issues last year with Draymond and Kevin Durant fighting. Do we really want to add Dwight Howard to that mix? That was very strange. And apparently all it took, because, the Warriors wanted Dwight Howard so badly, apparently all it took to take Dwight Howard from the Warriors was John Wall sending him a 7-word Instagram DM. That was all it took to get Dwight Howard to the Wizards. So he's probably overstating the Warriors' interest in him, but we will have Dwight Howard on the Wizards this year. I still don't understand this move. I think it's going to completely blow up in the Wizards' faces, just like everything else that they try to do usually does. So expect Dwight Howard to cause some problems in Washington this year. If you think him and John Wall are going to get along, you crazy. You are absolutely crazy. All right, let's get to our last rumor here before we get into my top 10 point guards. Apparently, the Cavs and Rodney Hood are nowhere near a deal. Hood wants a fair or short-term deal, according to reports. He doesn't want some crazy 4 or 5 year long-term deal that the Cavs are offering. And apparently, they just haven't put an acceptable offer on the table, and contract talks have stalled. Look, I'm not an NBA GM, guys, but I will never understand giving Kevin Love $150 million more, yet not paying Rodney Hood like a 2-year deal like what the Clippers gave to Lou Williams. I don't understand what the Cavs will give Kevin Love coming off the worst finals I've ever seen of a star player, but they won't give Rodney Hood a short-term contract? Doesn't every team want to give young players a shot? I don't get it. I do not understand what the Cavs are doing, but no deal so far between the Cavs and Rodney Hood.